Welcome to another Deep Dive Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the digital curtain on something that's become absolutely essential in our modern workflows, yet remains, well, fundamentally deceptive. We're talking about the mirage of artificial intelligence. I mean, we all use these systems, right? We all marvel at their incredible speed and capabilities. But there is a hidden, underlying catch that we absolutely need to uncover if we're going to use them effectively and responsibly. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever actually caught your AI lying to you? Most of us who use these tools regularly have had that genuinely weird moment. You know the one, where a chatbot gives you an answer that looks perfectly formatted, sounds incredibly smart, and yet is just completely, utterly wrong. It's a jarring experience, isn't it? You read it, you trust it for a split second, and then it hits you. You've just been confidently misled by a machine.
All right, Section 1, the Artificial Intelligence Mirage.
It is honestly so easy to just be in absolute awe of these tools. And frankly, rightly so. They're transformative. But beneath that incredibly polished, super friendly conversational interface, there's a deceptive nature that can seriously trip up your scholarly work if you aren't paying close attention. The core danger here, the real trap for the unwary user, is absolute misplaced confidence. Because an AI can and will confidently state things that are 100% false. Think about how we communicate as human beings. When we aren't totally sure about a fact, we stumble a bit, right? We hesitate. We add caveats like, I think, or maybe it's this. An AI, it doesn't do that. It delivers a complete, fabricated falsehood wrapped up in absolutely flawless grammar and this deeply authoritative tone. And for those of us doing rigorous research, well, that unearned confidence is exactly what makes it so exceptionally dangerous.
Moving right along to Section 2, Guesser, Not a Knower.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that to truly grasp why this happens, we have to completely dismantle our illusion of AI as this all-knowing, omniscient entity. A lot of us have this common and honestly dangerous misconception about the mechanics under the hood. The myth is that AI is a factual database. We treat it like a giant, super fast digital filing cabinet where it reaches in and pulls out a verified hard truth. But the reality? The reality is vastly different. It's actually a pattern guessing engine. It doesn't know facts. It doesn't comprehend concepts. Instead, it calculates and predicts which words usually go together based on massive, massive amounts of training data. So essentially, it's just playing the world's most advanced and complex game of autocomplete. Which brings us to Section 3, the Pinocchio paradox.
Just like the famous wooden puppet who desperately wanted to be a real boy but simply couldn't stop telling tall tales, our digital assistants are highly prone to just making things up out of thin air. When they don't know the answer, they don't stay silent. Their virtual noses just start growing. We have a very specific tech term for this growing nose, and it's absolutely essential to understand. It's called AI hallucinations. This is the phenomenon where AI generates false information or maybe highly biased content, and again, delivers it with that trademark misplaced confidence. When your AI hallucinates, it isn't glitching, it isn't broken, it hasn't caught a virus. It's doing exactly what a pattern guessing engine is designed to do. It is guessing. It just happened to guess terribly wrong, and it has zero self-awareness to realize its mistake.
So, the crucial point here, and honestly, this is the plain English reality check you might want to write on a sticky note and stick right to your monitor, is this. AI is a guesser, not a knower. When you prompt an AI with a question, it is not retrieving a known fact from some magical vault of truth. It is calculating a highly probable statistical guess. Once you truly internalize that distinction, your entire approach to using these tools in your workflow is going to completely change. And this brilliantly illustrates the actual threats we face, because the machine is just guessing. The golden rule is simple. Don't believe everything. Look at what happens to your research if you ignore this. First, you get those 100% false statements we talked about. Second, you run into biased data, because the AI might only be showing one point of view based on skewed training patterns. Third, and actually this is the one that catches so many scholars completely off guard, it can invent fake citations, like literally generating author names, paper titles, journal volumes, the whole shebang that simply do not exist anywhere. And finally, it is notoriously bad with historical errors and generating wrong dates. So we aren't just talking about minor typos here. These are fundamental threats to the integrity of your hard work. Which leads us to our final section, Section 4, Navigating Misinformation Risks. Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual solution. Because we aren't just here today to admire the problem. It is entirely possible to use these powerful tools safely and effectively, as long as you put the right authoritative guardrails in place to protect your work and your professional reputation. We can build this into an actionable, strict verification protocol. Step 1. Treat AI as a fallible assistant. Think of it like a super eager, lightning-fast intern who desperately wants to impress you, but occasionally just makes things up to avoid looking bad. Step 2. Cross-check your facts. Always verify what it tells you against textbooks and reliable, peer-reviewed academic materials before you ever use it. If the AI gives you a citation, you must go find the actual physical or digital paper to prove it's real. And Step 3. Apply critical thinking. You are the ultimate safety net here. You have to critically evaluate the logic, the tone, and the sources every single time. At the end of the day, you are the ultimate arbiter of truth in your scholarly pursuits. Definitely use the digital tools. Harness their incredible speed. But never ever surrender your critical thinking to the Mirage. Because if your AI is merely a confident guesser, an eager but highly fallible pattern matching engine, who is the real expert in your research?